The Israeli Defense System says that cyber driveware is strategic for the homeland security of our nation. Following that, they funded us. They funded us because cyber driveware protects governments, enterprises, and organizations against cyber threats which other solutions can't. So far, we won 3 startup competitions, including the global competition by Kaspersky, which took place last year in Boston, and that is how it looks. According to Gartner, the cybersecurity industry fails to protect against advanced malware attacks. Today, your computer might be at risk, but down the road, with Internet of Things and connectivity, a malware might attack the brakes of your car, your pacemaker, or even your fridge. Well, whether it's home security or homeland security, you're vulnerable. Everybody is vulnerable. Ladies and gentlemen, the world as we know it today is becoming more and more dependent on the ability of the cybersecurity industry to protect it. And yet, the security industry fails protection. For decades, the industry based its capabilities on the worlds of software, on monitoring standard traffic in the worlds of file system, application layer, and so on. Throughout time, threats evolved, leaving the cybersecurity industry behind. This is like a military, protecting itself against standard threats coming from standard layers. Whether that would be from the air, from the ground, or from the sea, a new threat could evolve. And that could be a submarine, a stealthy fighter, or a terror tunnel. Now a new dimension, a new layer of protection, of defense, has to be adopted. In the world of cybersecurity, that is driveware. We've reinvented the I/O layer, making new traffic and data visible for the very first time. We've added a whole new dimension to cybersecurity. We monitor traffic between the world of software and hardware as if we were the hardware itself. In the I/O layer, traffic must comply with protocols and standards, making the malware itself vulnerable. And this is what gives driveware the advantage over the attacker. You might wonder why others are not in the I/O layer. And there are a few answers to that: innovation, timing, and know-how. Being in the I/O layer is not trivial. It requires expertise in the worlds of firmware and protocols which are out of the scope of cybersecurity. For our competition, this consists of a barrier. For us, this is the advantage. Yaniv Bitton, our VP R&D, is a worldwide expert in the ATAPI protocol and a lecturer in Ben-Gurion University. Orly has over 20 years of experience developing firmware. Neria, Yulia, they bring the worlds of cybersecurity. And myself, my name is Haggai Yedidya. I'm the founder and CEO of Cyber Driveware. Back in 2014, thank you, I consulted the Israeli Defense System as I came across a vulnerability which they call an operational gap. Shortly thereafter, as we connected the dots, as we brought together the worlds of firmware, protocols, and cybersecurity, Driver was born. Just recently, Driver proven its value in the wild. A malware by the name of Petya attacked worldwide. Organizations and individuals were infected, requested to pay a ransom to regain access to their own information. Driveware blocked Petya in real time. The competition failed protection. This illustrates how driveware in the I/O layer protects against threats which other solutions cannot prevent, detect, or even acknowledge. Driver applies to a total addressable market of $14 billion annually. Our revenue model is a standard recurring license fee, and our standard sale size should be, on average, $100,000. So far, the market has demonstrated significant interest in driveware. One market leader is already discussing the opportunity of acquiring driveware. Tens of companies requested driveware for evaluation. We're now in the beta stage with 2 beta installations with 2 market leaders, one of which is Barclays. Thank you. As soon as we raise additional funding, we are going to act on our pipeline. We're going to recruit additional manpower, pre-sale, post-sale, and support engineers. We're going to increase our installation base, our customer base, and close initial sales. Actually, right now, we're negotiating our first sale of about $200,000. A year and a half ago, Driver was funded and founded, and in our vision, we become market leaders, protecting where only the I/O layer can. I welcome you guys, come to our booth, just a second before clapping, come to our booth and watch in real time how Driver protects against malware attacks in real time, which others can't. Thank you very much.